Hello everyone, welcome you all. In this session, we are coming with more knowledge about Python. In this session, we are discussing debugging process in Python and some basic terminologies or terms that we are using in Python. So first, let's start with debugging. Have you know definition of debugging? Whenever we are learning any kind of programming languages, we have to face different kinds of errors, and various errors are occurred while coding. They are called as what? Bugs or errors. Debugging is what? Debugging is part of software testing. It is a routine process, and this process is actually used to identify, that is capturing, then analyzing, that is detecting, and resolving the errors that occurred during the program or that we face while programming. So basically there are numerous kinds of errors we have to face while programming, but there are three basic types of bug or error that we discuss here. First is syntax. I think you are more familiar with this type of error in C, C++, that is syntactical errors. Second one is runtime error, and third is semantic error. Okay, so let's first we discuss about syntax. Syntax error. Syntax, you know the meaning of this word syntax of language, that is syntax of this particular language. When we learn any kind of language, first we have to focus on syntax that are used to build that program. That is, syntax means that defines what? Structure of the program. So if it is not correctly used in coding, that is if you are not properly use syntax while coding, it may result in which kind of error? That is syntax error. Now see here example. Suppose we type 2 plus 2 and enclose them within the parenthesis. This statement is mathematically correct, so it will not give any kind of error. But if you write 2 plus 2, right parenthesis is not used there. See here, first we use left parenthesis, then after we use 2 plus 2, and then we forget to use right parenthesis. Then this statement is what? Not mathematically correct, so it will result in syntax error that is provided you or that is display you by your compiler. Are you getting this error? Syntax error. Okay. Next is runtime error. These types of errors are quite complicated to capture. These are also called as exceptions, and we are using separate mechanism, that is exception handling mechanism, to capture this type of error. So this type of error doesn't appear until the program start running. So while running the program or while executing the program, means something bad happen with your program, that is called as what? Runtime error, which indicates what? Something bad, something wrong, something misbehave with your code. Simple example of this is what? Division by 0. Whenever we are dividing any number by 0, this is mathematically incorrect but syntactically correct, because we are just using two operands divided by this and this. Okay, so syntactically this statement is correct, that is A divided by B. But suppose A is equal to be declared 2 and B is equal to be declared 0, then this statement makes your code in trouble while executing the code. Are you getting this? Runtime error, that is errors occur while running your program Those are called as runtime error or exceptions. And last type is semantic error. Semantic, you know the meaning of this word semantic? Semantic means what? That define or that gives proper meaning to your particular word. But in the case of programming language, semantic defines what? Your program will execute properly, but it will not give the correct result. It means what? It is also called as what? Logical error. And tracking of this error is quite tricky, because here we require what? Backward tracking. That is, we need to go back to find out these errors. An example is what? Using the wrong variable name. You know what? Whenever we have to declare the variable in program, first we need to follow the rules of variable declaration, and that you already know. That is, we can't declare or we can't use underscore at the start. We can't use number. We can't use full stop or any punctuation mark while declaring the variable. Okay, so according to rule we have to declare the variable. So these kind of errors are called as what? Semantic error. Are you getting this? So now we differentiate these two, semantic error versus runtime error. Okay, so runtime errors are occur while running the program, and semantic errors are occurred when in this case your program execute properly. Okay, there is no syntax error, there is no exception, but it will not give you your desired output. That is called as semantic error. Are you getting this point? There is no syntax error, there is no runtime error, but when it displays you output, it will not show you correct result or your desired result. Okay. Next point that we are discussing here, that is terminology of Python. Now this is actually your start of your Python programming. Okay, so terminology means what? It is actually description of terms, different things or words that we are introducing in this language, that is in Python. So Python introduces few new data types. Normally in C, C++ you had learned, that is string, character, then int, that is integer, float, double, etc., etc. All these data types are also used in Python, but few new data types that we have to learn here. Those are completely different from your previous languages. To highlight these new data types, Python uses following styles or following approaches. So first is what? Parenthesis. It is used to represent tuple data type. So before going to this parenthesis, brackets and curly, first I tell you these new data types in Python are tuple, second is list, and third one is dictionary. Tuple, list and dictionary, these are new data types in Python. Okay, to represent the tuple in Python, it uses which style? That is parenthesis. For example, a is equal to, a is what? Variable. So value of a is what? In parenthesis they are using 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3 is what? When we enclose these values of variable a, that is 1, 2, 3, when it enclosed within parenthesis, then type of this variable a is what? Tuple. Are you getting this? Are you getting this? In previous languages, how we define variable? First we use data type, then variable name, and is equal to their value. But in Python, we are introducing new data types. They are tuple, list and dictionary. Okay. So to identify the tuple, they are using which style? That is parenthesis. So according to this example, A is equal to 1, 2, 3. So how we know the type of this A is tuple? Because 1, 2, 3 are enclosed within parenthesis. Because of that, we can say that A is equal to what? Tuple 1, 2, 3. Its type is tuple. Okay. Next is what? Next style is brackets. Brackets are used to represent list data type. Again we are using the example list 1. List 1 is what? Name of variable. Here you can use also A, B, C and whatever you want. Okay. So list 1 is equal to, again the values are same, 1, 2, 3, but now this 1, 2, 3 are enclosed within square brackets, and because of these square brackets, this type is called as or identified as what? List. And last one is curly braces. This curly braces bracing style is used to represent dictionary data type. Okay. So here dict, DICT. Dict is what? Name of variable, and values are enclosed within the curly, and because of that they are called as what? Dictionary data type. Okay. So while declaring this dictionary data type, style is quite different as compared to declaration of list and tuple. Values of tuple are separated by commas, that is 1, 2, 3 enclosed within parentheses. In list data type, values are separated by commas and enclosed within square brackets. But while declaring the dictionary or while providing the values to dictionary, okay, here we have to use different style, that is key value pair. Key colon its value. So here 1 is key to value name, 2 is key to value roll number. Okay. To get any kind of value from dictionary, that is name, roll number, we need to use their corresponding keys, that is 1 or 2. Okay. So while declaring the dictionary, we use this style key value pair separated by colon. Key colon value, key colon value. Okay. Are you understood this? New data types of Python. First is tuple, second is list, and third one is dictionary. Tuple enclosed within parentheses, list values enclosed within square brackets, and dictionary values are enclosed within curly brackets. Okay. Along with these data types, we have to use our previous or inbuilt data types, that is int, float, double, char, string and all. So all these types we are using in our practical session while using the variables in Python. I hope you all understood this terminology of Python and debugging process and basic types of errors. Thank you.